Hi, guy. Do you know that Jesus, being a prophet of God, had enemies? As all prophets of God have enemies. And people have attempted to kill the prophets of God. From the story of Abraham, who else? Muhammad, Jesus, and many other prophets. Some of the prophets were even killed by the people. So it's common that prophet gods have enemies, but many have failed to kill the prophets because God saved the prophets from being killed by the enemies. Like Prophet Jesus, he knew that his enemies would want to kill him. So he prayed to God to save him from being killed by his enemies. And God answered his prayer. And then through angel saying that God will save you. Then what sacrifice you gonna make? So angel asked him to sacrifice a sheep. But then Jesus was saying, I am too poor to afford a sheep. So angel showed him at his side a sheep. So Jesus sacrificed a sheep and then prostrate, saying thanks to God for saving him from being killed by enemies. So he even tell his disciples that his enemies would be unsuccessful to kill him, and God would save him, and he will not be on earth after that time, and he will live in the third heaven. So his followers, disciples knew that this was the saying of the Jesus telling them on this. So to tell you the story of the enemies. So there are 4 types of enemies with different type of motivation. Number 1 is jealousy. Why? This jealousy is from the false prophets. Why there are false prophets? Because these false prophets are the jealous people. Why not me becoming a prophet of God? So they are bitter because of the jealousy They knew that he knew that Jesus is a prophet of God because of the jealousy is overwhelming that he could not follow the teaching of Jesus. So this kind of name want to hijack the teaching of Jesus by pretending to be like Jesus. If Jesus produced doctrine, so this false prophet also produced doctrine. So if Jesus had followers, this false prophet also wants to have followers, people who believe him. So the famous false prophets during Jesus' time is Paul. So Paul, the founder of Christianity, is a false prophet. Actually, the false prophet is more popular than Jesus. That won't be surprised because he was successful in hijacking the teaching of Jesus. So these false prophets actually never met. Paul actually never met Jesus. He was scared. He was scared even to kill Jesus. But then what he did, kill his followers. He killed many followers. This Paul killed many followers of Jesus. A good man of execution that historian even tell that he killed followers of Jesus. And second motivation is pride. These people very proud. The Jews, the rabbi, the priests. Jesus criticized them. Jesus exposed their bad doing of changing the book of Moses. The book of Moses was telling the Abraham's son that was sacrificed was Ishmael, but this rabbi and the priest changed it into Ishaq because Ishaq give the descendant of the Jews, while Ismail give the descendant of the Arabs. So the many prophets have been from the Jew lineage, and none of the prophets had been from the lineage of the Arab or Ishmael. But the Messiah, the great prophet, will be the descendant of Ishmael. So when Jesus was telling this, what happened was there was a riot. The Jews threw stone each other in frustration. So they killed each other by throwing stone at each other. So out of the anger and frustration that the great prophet after Jesus will be the Arab person, the Ishmaelite. So they were frustrated and they are bitter with Jesus. And so that's the number 2. And number 3 is power, feeling power being threatened. So number 3 is this Roman, the ministry of the country, because the Jews instigated that the prophet of the Jew would want to become a king of Israel, as many of the prophets of Israel had been king, like King David, King Solomon. So that is the other motivation. The other motivation is being a traitor. So this traitor was no other than Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 disciples of Jesus. Jesus lament on the choice of Judas, saying that God has chosen me, a devil, to be a disciple, to be my disciple. So he has to accept Judas because he's God's choice. So we have already four jealousy, pride, power, and the other one was traitor. So what happened before Jesus was killed? This Judas Iscariot offered himself that he could bring Jesus to the hand of Rabbi to be killed or crucified, on the term that they used at that Roman time. Because the way Roman kill people, they put them on a cross and then kill them on the cross. That's the way, the common way of the Romans' way of killing people. So that's why the symbol of Christianity is the cross, because this has to do with death of Jesus on the cross. Was it Jesus? Or let's see, who was actually killed on the cross? So Judas offered himself, and then the rabbi asked how much. And Judas Iscariot said 30 pieces of gold. So 30 pieces of gold look like quite a lot, yeah. It's not silver, gold. So the highest value was gold. So they give him that piece of gold, so they help to find Jesus. So when this agreement was made, then the rabbi called the Roman Herod give a legion like don't call it battalion, but like 30 people of soldiers to go with Judas to find Jesus. Or Jesus was at the garden at that time, at that night, praying. Or he prayed in the garden, and they were sleeping in the garden. So the 12 disciples were sleeping outside the building in the open. And when Jesus heard people coming, he ran into the building. And then Judas, who was there, who was in the garden, was asking the disciple, "Where is Jesus?" But then at that time, Judas was already transformed by God to look and appear like Jesus. So of course the disciple was wondering why Jesus was looking for Jesus. And then the disciple said, "Oh Master, why you have forgotten us? You are our Lord." Of course, Judas, who been transformed, denied. But then Roman soldiers came to the place and then looked at Judas, who already appeared like Jesus, arrested him, and the 12 disciples just ran away from there. So just ran away and they escaped the arrest. So what happened to Jesus? He went inside the building, then the angel took him to the heaven. So it was Judas was put on the cross, and then a lot of detailed story on this. He denied being Jesus, and stories like they put a crown made of thorn on his head, and Judas keep denying, and until the Roman soldiers got angry and hit him. But then he kept denying, and then said, "Oh God, why you forsaken me?" But the malefactor, or Jesus, had escaped death, and you chose me, like you chose me to be cruel. But the person that people wanted to kill escaped like Judas saying, I'm innocent, something like that. But it's already God will that Judas would be killed. So Judas was mocked as the person who want to be king. So a lot of mocking, like he put him on the chair and then pretend that he would give gift to the people. So a lot of mocking was carried out to mock Jesus. It was supposed to be Jesus, but it was Judas. So when in the end Judas was killed on the cross, and then the governor agreed to give the body of the thought at the time it was Jesus. Even the disciple thought, his fellow thought it was Jesus. So when he gave the body, so they bury him in the tomb, and then that's it. And then what happened? The body of Judas was stolen by the disciples, who was frustrated, thinking Jesus already died. And some even lose faith. The follower of Jesus lose faith that how come the Lord died. So they were frustrated and stole the body, and then create a rumor that Jesus resurrected, was alive, resurrected. So just make a rumor, Jesus alive as a resurrected body. But then the rabbi hate this rumor, and anyone creating this rumor would be prosecuted. So no one, so the disciples was also scared of being prosecuted, but they're the one who hide the body. But then Mary, the mother of Jesus, was upset hearing this. A riot happened upon the death of his son. So he was also thinking. So he was worried. He went to the rabbi saying, "Oh, Rabbi, forget my son. Forget him. So don't try to be taken serious, to take serious of this people saying that Jesus had been resurrected." Or of course the rabbi was scared of the resurrected Jesus may harm them. So they were scared of, and when upon hearing the word of Mary, okay, they feel relief. But Mary was feeling unhappy. She wanted to know what actually happened, or whether this rumor of Jesus being resurrected is true or not. So he prayed to God for the answer. Oh, what happened? The angel was observing Mary and the disciples and told Jesus of the mother being so sorrow, and so on were the disciples, because they want to know what happened, what actually happened to Jesus. So Jesus then prayed to God, asking God to take him to heaven to see her mother. So why? What happened? God asked the angel to take back Jesus to Mary's house to see her mother Mary. So the angel came at the night time, and there were 10 witnesses there. So other than Mary, there are 10 other people who were the sisters of Mary, or 2 were Jesus' auntie, and the other one was John, Barnabas, the writer of the Gospel. So the writer of the Gospel of Barnabas was present, which is good, because very important person, they write the Gospel for Jesus. And who else? 1, 2, James. James is mentioned as the brother of Jesus. So how many already? 2 sisters, John, James, and Barnabas. So how many? 5, yeah. No, there's some more. Try to remember some more. Martha is the Jesus' sister-in-law. And then Martha, Mary Magdalene. Actually, Mary Magdalene is the wife of Jesus. And then Lazarus. So 5, 3, 8. What else? Okay. 2 sisters of Mary, John, James, Barnabas, Mary, the wife of Jesus, Martha, Lazarus. No more, that's all. And of course Mary, the Jesus' mother. So 9 people were there, witness that event. Jesus coming back from heaven to his house or his mother's house. So quite a number of people were there, witness. So the angel came to the house, and of course Jesus and everybody there was scared, seeing angel coming in their form. So angel in their form had wing, meaning feather, wing. So of course they are scared. One who never seen angel would be scared. And so what happened was Jesus comfort her mother. He embraced her mother and then asked Gabriel to tell the story of what was happening. And Jesus wrapped cloth alone over Gabriel, so make him less frightening the people. So they tell the story already about Judas. It was not Jesus that was killed. Jesus was still alive. So when Jesus came to his mother's house, he said to his mother, "I am Jesus. I am alive. I am Jesus. I am alive. I have not been dead." Something like that. And Gabriel continued on with the story of what was happening. So after that, Mary was feel comfortable knowing the answer, and then what Jesus had been telling, he had not died. God saved him. It was true. Then they recall back what Jesus had told them before. So it's true, and their faith becomes strong. What teaching had been taught by Jesus, though their faith becomes strong, but actually they were strong in their faith of these 8 or 9 people. They were strong, but still they were puzzled because Judas had to transform to look like Jesus. They were really puzzled and want to know the answer badly, and now they feel relief, of course, that Jesus had came to see them, telling that Jesus was alive. So that one person that was killed on the cross was not Jesus, but Judas Iscariot. Okay, guys, I hope you find my story interesting. Thank you very much for listening. So long.